Hello everyone, and welcome back to The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. How are you all doing? Welcome to the stream, Velocity Blacko. Hello Asha Belinar and Lucy Furch. Alright Blacko, phone is dying. No problem. I don't think you can ban me, Lucy Furch. I don't think that works. I don't even think that I could ban you as long as you are a mod. So I would basically have to unmod you to ban you. But I would never do that. And how are you all? I'm pretty good. I'm a bit tired. Yesterday was a long stream, and after it I couldn't really sleep. So I stayed up way too long. Way too long. And now I'm a bit tired, but nonetheless in very good spirits, because like I think after an hour or 2 hours after the stream I kind of wanted to get back to the game. I'm already hooked, so should be a lot of fun today. Hello Physics, welcome back to the stream. How are you today? And I think yesterday we managed a lot of stuff. Basically the first area, which is more like a tutorial area, is done. White Orchard, only some small things left. We killed the griffin. Now we have to go back to Peter Sarg Winlev and present him with the griffin head. Tell him he did his job. So we get the informations on finding our beloved Yennefer, and then we have to go back to Uncle Vesemir. And what then happens, we don't know. At least those who don't know the game don't know, because I know what happens because I know the game. That makes sense. Hello Black Morokai. As you can see, here's a webhook. I'm the webhook. Lots of people call me the webhooker. That was my nickname in high school, by the way. Lucy Furch is alive. Perfect. I think that's a good point to start. Let's press any button. I hope I can find the any button. It works. Yes. Don't have to watch the intro again. And I think I can just continue.
This bard's tale begins near White Orchard, with my dear friend Geralt of Rivia seeking his lover of yore.
How are you doing, Black Morokai?
Yennefer. She'd eluded him for years, but now seemed just a few steps ahead.
Ah, there it is. Screen. Just waiting for it. Just waiting for it. All planned. Because now I can't announce that I'm waiting for Lucy Furch to tell me that, because then she's mad. I'm taking away her whole joy. I can't do it on my own, because then I do the same, so now I just have to keep it the way as before and wait until someone tells me. I'm good. Too hot for you. Yeah, it's pretty warm here too. It is nice here though. I think for me it's like more or less the perfect weather. It's like around 20-ish degree. Not too warm, not too cold. Everything's nice. Nice spring. Hello Athelas. Perfect timing, we just started. I dropped the bed. Oh no, don't tell her, Fizz. That's not nice. So last time we killed the griffin right at the end, and then I ended the episode after a very short stream of only 6.5 hours. And now the only thing we have to do in terms of quests around here should be going back to Peter Sarg Winlev, the general. Then we have the Gwent quest, we can't continue here. Treasure hunts. What are those? I will check those out, I think. And then we can leave the area. Yeah, you're definitely selling me out, Fizz. What's going on there? Athalas had a dentist appointment this morning and all went well, so I'm in a great mood. Perfect. That's the best when dentist appointments go well. So here's the deal. Fizz, as you might see in the notification thing on the bottom right, was very generous and donated 500 bits and said insert pun here. So I was put on the spot late at night after hours and hours of streaming and entertaining millions and millions of people. So then I kind of had to scramble for a pun, of course, because, I mean, Fizz was generous to donate some bits, so I kind of have to oblige, right? And so I said, I think what I said was that it helps a bit. Almost 5 Celsius. That is very cold, nevertheless. But that's nice that it. But I think it got a little warmer for your standards. So I'm happy for you that you could work, nevertheless. That is nice. Very dark down here. Then we have those. More loot. Oh, okay, that was one of the quests. Diagram for the Gwenel. Catacomb decoction, Glyph of Art, Orange. Oh no! See? Fizz, see what you've done there.
Because you're a good sport.
Thank you very much, Physics, for the 1,500 bits. That's very generous of you. Thank you very much. I'm not sure if it is worth sending Luciferge away, but it sure helps, and thank you very much for that. That is very, very generous. Oh, 360p, that's beautiful. So that is a lot of pixels. Well, at least then my stream quality doesn't really matter. So that's something. I got the swords, Sarah, yesterday. And welcome to the stream again. I got the swords right at the end of the episode yesterday. We killed the griffin. And then I stopped after 6.5 hours. So we have a scribbled document. Himmy! No wonder we are losing the war. With cowardly cunts for soldiers. All it took were a few arrows and a wallop of the mace for seasoning, and that was that. Battle was over, and the whole convoy was ours for the picking. Maybe they were having such a hard time of it because of all the vodka they were carrying. Our brave warriors must have taken a sip from time to time, with obvious results. When you're seeing double, it's damned hard to hit your target. Take everything we gathered to the cubby, then fence it quick as you can. Except that showy parade shite. You'll have to bury or burn that. I reckon someone might recognize the insignia, and then there'd be trouble. Caius. Yeah, maybe you can do that, Fizz, if you ask for puns. Give a warning out. Yesterday was definitely stream overload. Lots of people streaming, Luckless and I both with Witcher streams. Lots of good stuff around. I hope for you guys to be entertained. Ugh. So we collected that. That means there's only one more treasure crest. No, that's it. Completed all. Good. So, I'm basically done here in terms of like important things. No more quests. Right, I think I can write to the Nilfgaardian camp then. I love the notes in the games. They are so detailed and great to read. Yes, exactly. And I was mentioning that yesterday as well when just checking the question mark locations, that it's like for the most part nothing really interesting happened there. However, you find notes from time to time and they really give you a sense for the area and why there are deserters and what their motives are and why people are in hunger and why are they in despair and stuff like that. So it really gives you a good sense for everything that's going on in The Witcher and the landscape you are in at the moment. I wanted to check if any of the new stuff I picked up is better than what I'm wearing. The cavalry boots are a little bit better. Let's take those. Those are worse. The rest is worse as well. We have both Witcher swords. Is the saddle better? It is better, so let's take that. Chance to dismember. I mean, I will take the chance to dismember just because it looks awesome. By the way, I found out you can find money in tree stumps and hollow trees, and there are random chests on the wild too in some places. Yeah, I noticed that when playing the game the first time, that you can find random stuff along the way. I'm glad I saved watching this. Looking forward to enjoying the journey with all you gaming with love people. Yes, Atheles, that's amazing. And we sure do love having you around as well. And all the better if there's Geralt involved. Am I right? So let's get going and get to the Nilfgaardian camp and talk to the commander of the Nilfgaardian garrison. By the Temerian said before leaving you got coin. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Do I really need that? So awesome. I'm not really. This isn't really a completionist playthrough. I don't really know if I need that set too badly. Let's trot along here. Good to be bad. Only been a few hours to be honest, but sure good to be back in Roach's saddle. Alright, Blacko.
Slow now. His name is Aspen.
What? What, Blacko? PS4 prompts? Where are the PS4 prompts? What's going on? Yeah, I'm playing on PS4, Blacko. And thank you for the host, Braxton Wise. How are you doing today? Because I like to, the atmosphere, Sarah. I like to take in the game. This channel has a set minimum of 50 bits to use a cheer emote in chat. That's true, Black Mordecai. Oh shit, this is on PS4. It doesn't look as bad as I thought. Yeah, I checked yesterday the VOD and I was a bit concerned about the quality, but it's fine. I mean, there is a quality drop, but there is a quality drop on PC anyway, and it looks pretty okay. I'm very well, Braxton. Thank you for asking. Only had seen it on Xbox and console, and it was horrible. I mean, I'm not like the biggest graphics fetishist, so I just think the game looks beautiful as it is. That's everything I can say. No bits from ads for Akko. Well, sorry for that, more guy. Yeah, but the faded colors, that is mostly
the
because
hell
of the
is this?
remote play. Like when I play on
Why?
just on my PS4
You take me
Blacko,
for a
the
blind
colors
man or
are
a
a bit
fool?
brighter.
This grain is rotten.
No, I didn't know.
So, a fool. Damn it, you never learn. Military Codex, Article 2, Section 3. For the delivery of defective goods, 15
Also, let me know if
lashes
there are
with a
any
knout.
issues with the
Make it
sound
so.
or any other issues.
Oh, no,
Then
no!
I
By
will
the gods,
try
no!
to fix it. Hello, Frosty Woman! No, it's not a PS Pro. It's an old, normal PlayStation. By the way, if you listen to the lashes that he will receive, he will indeed only receive the amount of lashes that he is sentenced to. Audio seems fine to you. Thank you for the feedback, Braxton. Yeah. What happened to Captain Nice Guy?
Guess you've dropped your good uncle act.
It was no act. I extended a hand to these people. They spat on it.
Could it be because it held the sword that killed their loved ones?
Tja, a moralist. And what would you do in my stead?
Wouldn't ever be in your stead.
Tell me why you've come.
I mean, that's the most important part of a language, Blacko, right? Hello, Heimdall! Welcome to the stream.
Fulfilled my end of the bargain. Your turn. Where'd Yennefer go?
To Vizima.
She was a day's ride from here the whole time? Under my nose? Might have said so.
Yes, I might have. But you would not have killed the griffin. Tit for tat.
Do people really think that,
Halt.
Sarah? I haven't
We are not
noticed that.
done.
I don't think that
It's yours.
Northgard is
this
very
gold.
popular.
I would not want you to say you were inadequate.
Yeah, Braxton,
to
Heimdall is
compensate.
everywhere. Be careful. Be very careful. Yeah, Blacko, get your water. Stay hydrated. Yeah, we have time dialogues. I will definitely take the coin. We are a witcher after all. So if you want, you can count the lashes. I won't do it now. It's kind of rude. Oof. That's But I kind of forgot where I get the... What was it? The Redanian set Sarah Austin wanted me to get? Where do I get that? Then I might check out where that is. If you can tell me quickly.
Are you here to spy or haggle?
Show me what you're peddling.
Tamarin armor set at the guy you saved near the tavern. Oh, okay. I will check that out. Is there anything on PS exclusive? I think the Twitch is worth it because of the exclusives, but everything else I like is on GOG or Steam. There, Bloodborne, for example, is a PS exclusive. Then, what else? Like stuff like Until Dawn, I think is exclusive. I think the Uncharted series is exclusive. And there are many more. I should try to read that. You mean the Italiano? Se vuoi parlare italiano non fatti problemi a scrivermi su Discord. On a level of 1 to 10, how much butchering was that, Blacko? And Lucy. And there... Thank you. Thank you, Blacko. I mean, I don't understand a single word of that. I mean, I can guess what Italiano means, and problemi means, and parlare, I understand, but I don't speak any Italian. So, Cookie is at work, but wanted me to say hi to you for her. Oh, thank you, Fisk. Say hi back to Cookie. I don't even know what I wanted to do here. I think I was checking for the armor, but then Sarah told me where it is, so let's go back. So 7 in terms of butchering, or 7 out of 10 for not bad? That was the same. I had the problem with Asha last time when I tried Portuguese, which I don't speak either. There I, at least, she said that I did pretty well. There was only like level 2 butchering going on, so pretty good. Yes, I know that. Sarah, now that I can upgrade the Witcher armor. I think 13? Was it 13 lashes?
Greetings.
Let me have a look at your stock.
I could hear Cookie there.
Zelda kleiner als 3.
Thank you very much for the Zelda sound, Mademoiselle Danielle. Very nice of you, very generous of you, and you got the Zelda. Surprise Zelda out of nowhere. And yeah, here's the Tamarian set. That I can't buy it all. I'm poor. I mean, I can sell some stuff here. Is it really worth buying that Sarah Austin? I don't really see the benefit of it. Was ist los? Farbfotos, alles gut. Lebensmut. That is most of the German I can. Also, Achtung, Achtung, hat eine Panzerfaust, schnell. I know a few other words, but I can't think of them. That wasn't bad, Heimdall. Oh, do we have a German stream again? Like last time with all the German proverbs. So Sarah, tell me, is it really worth it? Because I don't really feel it's worth it. I'm not really interested in that armor, and I think by then I will get better armor anyway, right? Hello, Night Owlies. I mean, I think I will hold off on that then, Sarah, just because if I really need it, I could always fast travel back, so that's not a problem. However, I did not have any weapon repair tools, so I do want at least some of those. Yeah, I think I will stick with the Witcher armor and just use whatever I pick up along the way. But in general, only keep armor of the Witcher kind or some limited epic shit like that one. Yeah, exactly. That's how I usually do it. I don't really buy armor. I just pick up what I find, and then later I craft my Witcher armors. Probably from video games. That's how my partner knows most of his German. Yeah, I mean, it sounds pretty video gamey with all the Panzerfaust stuff.
Take care.
Yeah, that's great, Frosty. We will teach you German. I can send you a certificate. That's no problem. I guess. Let me just check one more time, because I think other than that, we're done here in White Orchard for now. I can return later, so if I miss something, no big deal. But I think for the most part, it's done. Shout out of the day goes to Fantastic Worlds. Awesome part of the community. Does YouTube for a while now. Started Twitch streaming recently, so check him out. He said he will stream more, so definitely worth a follow. So let's see what's going on here.
Yennefer's in Vizima.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Friends
I think.
there, so something wrong.
Look around. Trouble brewing.
Oh, then let's go. Don't have to stay here. We know what we need to know.
Time we were on our way.
I'll buy some provisions for the journey. Then we'll go. Geralt, we should stay out of it. Just this once.
Yes, Heimdall. I played this before completely through, all, including the DLCs, and also then another run, basically 50% or 30% through the game again.
What happened to the lilies?
Took him down.
Took them down to hang a golden sun there now.
I cannot show Temerian colours. They'll come and burn the tavern down.
Maybe it's true what they say. You fond of the Imperials? You Nilfgaard's whore?
I'll let that pass. I know grief eats at your heart.
You know shit. They hanged my sister, dragged her out the cloister like a dog. Said Nilfgaard's no place for superstition. That they don't
did I
fear the
miss
wrath
here,
of the
Blacko?
gods. And you, do you fear it? If not for Annie, your child would have choked on its navel string. You owe your son to
Let
my sister
go!
attending to the birth, and you don't fear the gods' wrath.
Oh,
You don't
upgrading
fear
the
it,
starting
you
armor.
cunt.
No. Oh,
Leave me be!
yes, fireworks. I am. Welcome to the stream.
Recognize this medallion? You know what it means. Back off.
You all right?
Yes, I did do that, Heimdall. I visit her another time.
That true. What the Emperor promised you, freaks? Your own land? Like he did the elves once?
Get out, all of you.
We ain't going nowhere.
Oh, come on. You really want to die?
Are you?
No.
They won't back down now.
Well,
I can see that.
oh.
What the fuck?
Let's, yeah, Igni into the masses. Oh. Whoa! Old Vesemir showing off some tricks here with his sound. Let's butcher them. Yes, Athras, I should it. Well, he is heading off to another dimension.
It's all right. It's over.
Leave me be! Get away!
I thought they were cold fireworks. Also, your name is
See his
Fireworks.
face! God save us!
Be gone, and don't ever come back.
So much for not getting involved.
No appreciation
Come on, let's
for
go.
us around here. Yeah, that hurt Geralt feelings.
That brawl, we didn't start it.
Excuses, excuses. You've not changed a bit.
Yen? How?
We found her.
I received a report
Game over.
about a witcher who'd appeared in White Orchard. I knew it was you, looking for me. I
Johnny
might have
from the
waited
block.
until you found me, but well, you know me. Patience has never been my strong suit. It's
Okay,
good
everyone.
to see you, Geralt.
Finished the game. We found Yennefer.
I'd even
It was
embrace
nice
you.
playing The Witcher 2
Were you
again.
not covered in blood?
Sorry. Wasn't expecting to see you. To be honest, this isn't at all how I imagined we'd meet.
How did you imagine it?
You didn't imagine you'd have a Nilfgaardian escort. Don't get me wrong, Yennefer. I'm glad
I mean,
to
I don't
see
know
you.
why everyone is saying
But
this
I do
game is so
think
long.
You owe us an explanation.
And I shall provide it. In Vizima. Ready your horses.
Yeah, what's the rush? What's going on here?
Spent the last 6 months in the saddle. Haven't seen you for 2 years. Can't we take a moment to...
Sadly, we cannot. Someone awaits you,
But yeah, I kind of like that,
Someone
Sarah
who
Austin,
doesn't
that
like to
even
be
the
kept waiting.
fleshed out characters,
Emperor
they don't
Emir var Emrys.
have to
Or
appear
to those
later.
on more
They are
intimate
just
terms
interesting
with you.
characters, and
The white
when their
flame
part in the
dancing
story is
on the
over,
graves
it's
of his
over.
foes.
Doubt I number among that group. Far as I remember, last time we saw each other, he wanted to kill me.
Well,
Very, very gentle.
now he wishes to make you an offer.
The kind one can't refuse.
I didn't, though I could have.
I mean, I wonder what he offered you. Yeah, I get that. I get that, Sarah, yeah.
Must have been a damn good offer then. Not many things you'd give up your freedom for. And
True,
even
Blacko.
fewer people.
Agree with that.
The sooner we set off, the sooner you'll find out.
What about you?
I'm going in the opposite direction. I somehow doubt the Emperor's invitation mentioned me. Besides, I've got things to do at Kaer Morhen, remember?
Yeah, I remember. Thanks for your help, Vesemir. See you soon.
How's your horse? Swift?
Can't complain. Why do you ask?
I'd like to be back behind some thick city walls as soon as possible.
So now we are visiting Vizima with Yennefer because the Emperor of Nilfgaard, Mirva Emrys, wants to talk to us, make us an offer.
You know, I had a dream about you recently.
Knowing you, it was probably filthy.
What?
Just the beginning. But then...
But then...
Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah, true, Sarah. That would be cool to walk a little bit through Vizima. Yeah, that's amazing, Athelas. I like that as well. Do the lightning thingy. Thank you. Oof.
Yennefer, how big?
We shall talk of this tomorrow, all right? After the audience.
Oh, fine. It is still confusing why we get attacked by the Wild Hunt. But fine.
This bard's tale begins near White Orchard, with my dear friend Geralt of Rivia seeking his lover of yore, the sorceress Yennefer. She'd eluded him for years, but now seemed just a few steps ahead.
Yeah, for sure. Heimdall.
After many trials and tribulations, Geralt finally learned that Yen was in nearby Vizima.
Okay. Uh-huh. We start in a bathtub again. Bathtub Geralt. Yeah. You like that, huh? You. Lots of looks. He could do this all day.
It must suffice.
Think Emir cares if I'm clean.
the gentleman will refer to His Imperial Majesty by his full title or not at all. The gentleman will be seated on the bergère.
Bergère?
The what now?
In that chair. Catwin, please shave the gentleman's sideburns to half an inch.
That definitely worked out, Heimdall. Fine.
Fine. Then what? Gonna do my nails too?
If time permits. Sadly, the day is short. While the list of hygienic and cosmetic treatments that the gentleman should undergo...
Hello, Astarcy. Welcome to the stream. How are you
Tilt your
today?
head back, please, and sit still.
And prepare to answer some questions.
100% agree
I am
with
not
that,
certain this is
Athalas.
the appropriate time.
I can't think of a better time. Men turn honest when they feel a blade at their throat. Morvran Voris, commander of the Alba Division. Before they take you in to see the Emperor, Witcher, there's some information I need you to verify. It's a formality, but one that must be seen to.
Sure. Paperwork's gotta be in order.
So, Geralt of Rivia. Place of birth unknown. Parents unknown. Age unknown. All insignificant details. Let us proceed to more recent events. The siege of La Valette Castle. The fate of the defending commander, one Arian.
So this is the part where we recap the story of The Witcher 2. So I think if you play it on PC and you import your save game, you kind of skip this part. But since I'm playing on PS, I will choose the options that we played through in The Witcher 2. So that's that. Also, nice little detail. The guy who's talking to us is Morvran Voorhees, high-level general in the Nilfgaardian army. And he was actually even mentioned in one of the books, although briefly. His father was mentioned more directly, and that he has a child, Morvran, and that the child is supposed to be very influential in the future. So that's a nice little detail I stumbled upon myself just recently. So, I did not kill Arian during the siege. We spared him, and then we wanted to escape. Yeah, then he escaped. So he helped us get out of the dungeon and kind of blew up the whole place. But I think if you choose the roach path, then you learn that Arian in fact survived the explosion.
We fought on opposing sides, true. Then we landed in the same dungeon. Arian escaped, set fire to the castle on his way out.
So that is how the blade started. Our reports suggested the dragon.
It's also true, Night Owls. They don't see all the moments.
You then found shelter in charming Flotsam, and from there made your way to Vergen. My question is how?
So that is got out of Flotsam with the Vernon Roach, or I joined Jorvis. He helped me out. So we joined Jorvis.
I left Flotsam with Jorvith, commander of a Scoia'tael unit.
A slayer of monsters and a slayer of men. You forge interesting alliances.
Something tells me my most interesting is yet to come. Go on, next question, before my beard grows back in.
We shall shave you again if it does. Very well. The infamous summit at Loch Muin.
Yes.
You were there. And once again meddled in the affairs of the mighty.
That wasn't my choice. We helped Yorvith lift the spell that helped Saskia.
Not at all. I meddled in a personal affair. Helped Yorvith lift the spell that held Saskia.
Yes. And in doing so, gave Radovid a reason to begin his witch hunts. Congratulations.
Nilfgaard recently started a war, unprovoked. So do us both a favor and stop moralizing.
The gentleman must sit still. I'm almost done.
I'm afraid I might find that difficult. Because, from what I know, shortly afterwards you watched a defective megascope blow your friend Sheila de Tanserville to bits.
No, not true. We did help her, and then Sheila escaped.
I watched her get in the megascope, but ultimately freed her from the trap your man Letho of Gullet had set. Write that down. I want to be sure the paperwork's in order now.
Well, national interest calls on one to forge difficult alliances at times. Alliances with witches included.
No, we did not kill Letho, we left him alive.
That an ongoing alliance? What's Letho up to?
I had hoped you would answer that question.
Ah, so Letho's hiding from you. Must have a good reason. Was there a shift in national interest that might have caused that? I don't know where he is. Wouldn't tell you if I did anyway. Blade or no blade to my throat.
I believe that is all. Your signature, please, affirming you stated the whole truth and nothing but the truth on pain of imprisonment or death, etc., etc. Here and here.
With these formalities seen
Very
to,
formal,
I would ask
everything.
the general to leave the room. We shall be choosing the gentleman's attire. An important matter, but one that does not require the general's assistance.
Shame. I might have given you
Choose
some
your
advice.
clothing wisely, Akko. You
So
will be
long.
judged by me very harshly.
Good
Okay,
luck.
now the pressure is on Lucifer. I'm kind of nervous. Maybe I should dress him like Kaidan, because you really like Kaidan in Mass Effect. I heard. So maybe that is
Feels
the way
more
to
like
go.
I'm being readied for a wedding.
Were that so, I would have prepared
Atlas
the gentleman a
says
frock,
not the
a
middle one.
tailcoat, or possibly a dinner jacket. In point of fact, the gentleman will choose from these garments.
Where are my clothes?
Where are my clothes?
Where they should have gone long ago, with the laundress. They will be returned to you after the
Any of them
audience,
are just
clean and
ridiculous.
starched. The
Just
gentleman
what
will
it says.
tell me once he has chosen.
Also,
an
excuse me that I didn't go into the discussion earlier about the books and basically everything, but it was just too much to read while playing. But it's a very interesting discussion you had there. So I kind of have only two choices because Atlas said not the middle one, so I won't take the middle one. I think, let me have a look at that. Let me first look how this looks and then see if that is the one I wanted to choose. Hello 2LP, welcome to the stream. Shoes, I picked these. What? Cold sperm? What? Nobody is talking about cold sperm, I hope. Frostpunk? No. No. Okay. Let's change the subject. Is that clothing to your liking, Lucy Furge? I mean, I agree with Frosty Woman that the choices aren't that great. But before
Shame I have no time.
talk to him, I will loot, because that's what I do. And we will have lots of reading here in Vizima. Lucifer is happy. I'm relieved. Whew. Dodged a bullet there. So, the opposition in Nilfgaard. While Nilfgaard's emperor wields absolute power, harshly crushing the slightest sign of disobedience, opposing forces continue to exist within the empire. By this, I do not mean the disgruntled leaders of conquered provinces, but the magnates within the city of 1,000 towers, who are unhappy with the current leadership. This conflict between the emperor and the noble houses of Nilfgaard, the capital, dates back many years. All the princes of the blood and magnates expected their ruler to wed one of their daughters and sire an heir with one of their own. The emperor, however, had other plans. This proved a slap in the face for all the great families from which he refused to take bride. The Nilfgaardian opposition patiently waits for the emperor to slip up, for some event to occur which will weaken his authority, be it an economic crisis or a defeat in battle. A secret conspiracy lies ready to seize such a moment to incite the disaffected, assassinate the emperor, and carry out a coup d'état. Coup d'état? It's, I think, how you pronounce it. It's king's murder, coup d'état, culminating with one of their own number ascending to the throne. For obvious reason, only a limited few know of this conspiracy, but any shrewd observer of Nilfgaardian politics can read the signs of its working. So long as men are men and the world is as it is, certain dynamics will forever remain the same, and the discontent will always form subversive societies with their secret signs and hidden agendas. So, even the Emperor of Nilfgaard does have some enemies. Frostpunk. Okay, good. Nice clip. You can post the clip in the clip of the month on my Discord. If you are not already part of my Discord, you can feel free to join. We do have some fun there. Lucy Furge is now counting the experience and doing the levels since Meeseek's spot is down. I'm very happy that Lucy Furge was so eager to take on this job and count all the little points so everyone gets their experience and levels, even when the bot is down. Thank you for that, Blacker. The Chronicles of Redania. Vrydak or Rydang, the elf. Despite what one might conclude from his moniker, not one drop of elven blood flowed in King Vrydang's veins. They called him the elf because of his exceptional beauty, and for the great admiration he felt for the Enshade. This fascination, seemingly harmless, would have horribly long-term consequences. King Vrydang, spitting in the face of all law and customs, chose as his wife a half-elf, and one of low status at that, known as Beatrix of Kovir. The fruit of this regrettable and short-lived mésalliance relationship was Falka, who later fomented bloody revolt against her own father. Though this uprising was ultimately extinguished and Falka herself burned at the stake, the young state was thereafter thrown into chaos for years to come. So we learn a little bit about the history here.
Directly out of Nordling Tales.
Do we have here a mug? Nice. The Wonders of Zerrikania. The Wonders of Zerrikania. During my many travels, I have seen countless extraordinary places. The primeval wilds of Brokilon, with trees so high their tips disappear in the clouds, dwarven chambers carved into the guts of the Mahakam Mountains, with walls plated in pure gold, the ice palace of Pond Varnes, adorned with stained frost windows, and Frostpunk on the windows. Yet none of these made such an impression on me as did the rightly famed Zerrikania. Yet while I was traversing the fiery mountains, I feared disappointment awaited me on the other side. I had heard many a fantastic tale about Zerrikania, about its trackless sands burned white by the sun, its golden-scaled dragons weaving their nests amidst the dunes, its hunchbacked horses able to survive weeks without even a swallow of water, yet none seemed to me at all plausible. I was sure all these sensations were but the figment of some bard's overacting imagination. I know this will be as hard for you to believe, dear reader, as it once was for me, but all of these unbelievable tales are true. Not only that, during my many months of travel, I came across wonders far surpassing those any prior travelogues mentioned. I saw temples dedicated to the worship of dragons. I heard voices, almost human, but reverberating with 1,000 echoes. I met warrior maids clad in leopard skin, tattooed from head to foot and giving no ground to witchers in mastery of the blade. I saw mages who channeled power from fire. I saw seemingly harmless flies whose solitary bite would make a man fall into deep slumber, never to awake save to die. In short, Zerrikania is a land where the fantastic is normal and the impossible occurs daily. Welcome back, Asha Balana. Shani is a very clever lady and a great medic. That is completely true. And now I found out a little bit about Zerrikania. We also, in the books, there's a story about the Golden Dragon. We learned a little bit about that in The Witcher 2. And he had 2 Zerrikanian warriors on his side, female warriors on his side.
A shame I have no time.
More loot. More fire. Did want to loot though. That's nice that you turn off the candles and turn them on again. But by now I would like to loot. Thank you. Sword for witches. Who are the hunters, you ask? Folk like you and yours, I reply. The decent kind, haters of lies, doers of good. The kind who live according to the gods' laws and nature's laws too. Oh, what happened there? Thank you for the host, Christopher Ott. Thank you for the auto host. For some reason my notification list didn't. Why isn't that working? 1 second, I have to refresh my notification list here. For some reason, the odd host didn't show me on there. What's going on here? Mystery after mystery. There we are. Now it should work. Thank you very much, Athelas. Miro de Morte created all the 3 emotes for me. The Echo Panda, then level 2 or tier 2 emote is the Acolyte, and the Accomplishment is the level 3 emote. All of them made by the amazing Miro de Morte. She is very talented, yes. So now it worked. Thank you again for the auto host, Christopher Ott. Now where did I stop? All that separates us from the common folk is that we've the courage to take up arms, to defend our lands from evil, to slice out the gangrene that eats us from within. We haven't a leader, we haven't forged a land. Though God's fearing Radovid supports us with his gold at times. We've not sworn him nor any other ruler any oath. We served only the eternal flame, and we listen only to our own conscience. Who can join us? Any who is right of soul and sound of body. You can find us in every larger city in the north. We will give you board, lodging, and a weapon. We will explain how to spot the telltale sign of evil, birthmarks, and strange and arcane shapes. Smooth skin on a matron aged more than 30 springs, and black cats kept in the yard, to name but a few. We will show you how to defend yourself from witchcraft, how to tame and snuff out magic elements with Dameridium. We will instruct you how to squeeze the sinner's darkest secrets out of them with a hot iron, and how to grant them cleansing death with the help of sacred fire. So we learn a little bit about the witch hunters before we have met them, but we will meet them quite enough. Did I speak Arabic to OP? But you can post that clip in the Clips of the Month channel, of course. And Julie made my Twitch avatar, right? That's true. The beautiful... Wait, I mean I can show the... There it is. Give Miro de Morte or Julie Aria a follow on Twitch. Do so. Sexy. Sure is. Oh. Well, I'm glad I lured you back into OP. But I think... I mean, there's one more bookshelf. Then we're good for now. Gnomish prankings. Yes, Blacko, that is exactly what I meant. Of course, you can only follow Miro or Julie Aria, not both. You have to decide. It's a tough decision. Gnomish prankings. Grab the greasings from a dog's ears, soak into cotton twine, place in a new lamp of greenish hue, and set said lamp betwixt an eager crowd. Forsooth shall they swear that a dog's head they behold, and this shall be no sorcery but good betidings. For the Prince of Elander's nuptials, a paltry gnome armed with a miniature cutlass behind himself in a pie. When guests partook of the princely banquet, anon jumped out the besabered gnome, giving a terrible fright to all at first, then causing much merriment once the jest was figured. A cynocephalus, or a dockhead in our tongue, a beast that in the wastes of Zangubar dwells, was the corpus of a man but the head of a dog. The Prince of Elander did receive such a specimen from those far-off lands. The cynocephalus lets stream its urine with the tolling of every hour, both day and night, and this is why the Zangubarians engrave its likeness on timepieces and compasses. That's good that you all follow them both. I follow them both too. Ha! There you go. And now we talk to Emir's Chamberlain again. Well dressed.
Clothes do not make
and
the
shaved.
man. Does the outfit satisfy the gentleman?
No. I mean, I suppose.
A studded doublet and a sword on my back, that's what would satisfy me. But tough, when in Nilfgaard.
Yes?
It's a saying. So what now? Powder my nose?
No need. The gentleman's complexion is light enough. The gentleman is to stand before the ruler of the North and South. I must confirm that he knows how to bow.
I'm not a boar.
I'm not some boor. I know how to bow.
Please, demonstrate. That, sir, is how you might bow to a whore on a street corner, not to the Emperor of Nilfgaard.
Where's the difference here?
Please watch. Leg extended, hand flat, head down, chin to chest.
That's
Gentlemen will
about...
reverse. Lacking fluidity.
Braxton
and
Wise
grace.
does not bow to
But
horse.
we've learned to expect less of Nordlings.
That's
Come
rude.
with me. The gentleman will address the Emperor only when asked to, and using the appropriate title.
Your arch-magnificency.
I see the
I
gentleman
will call you
is
when
in
we
the
are
mood
at
for
the
jests.
whorehouse.
I fear
Asha.
the Emperor might not share his disposition.
Of course
Your
I will.
Majesty will suffice. Spoken loudly, clearly, and with respect.
Yeah. Geralt invented the dabbing.
Imgrimi et art ketzer.
Few people know that,
Aden in Karn eb
but he started that madness.
Emir var Emreis. Bow.
Well, I don't have a bow. You could give me arrows, then I could bow. No, no bow. Fuck you, Emir.
Your Imperial Majesty.
Arer ep the orde.
Welchen Namen? Wat gern verwort? So many months at Foltest Court. Yet you still haven't mastered the basics of etiquette.
Know what they say? Can't teach an old wolf new tricks.
Awesome, two of you.
Take it you didn't summon me to reminisce about the good old days, so...
Silence. My daughter Cyrilla, she's returned. And
What a
she's in
nice
danger.
picture of Ciri.
The wild hunt.
She's
pursues her.
really happy in that.
You will find her and bring her to me.
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure? Ciri left.
In preparation for the whorehouse, Frauen und Bier immer von unten.
Discuss a rumor.
I think anyone can be wrong, even an emperor.
I had forgotten how insolent you can be. I haven't the time to convince you, nor the desire, in fact. Yennefer will do that after the audience.
Thank you very much. Mademoiselle Danielle. For the 100 bits. And the wonderful German proverb. Frauen und Bier immer von unten. Thank you for that. That really shows our culture. It basically is, I don't know what the term is. Like, if you drink with someone, you kind of cheer with them and like clash the bottles. Not sure what the term in English is. So, yeah, girls and beer always from below or from. So the point is that you say that when you like cheer to each other, toast. When you toast each other, that you always do it with beer on the bottom of the beer. So you have the bottles like that, and you toast like that on the bottom of the bottle, and it nice. Well, yeah, it's like girls and beer always from below. It's hard to translate literally, but I think by now you get the sense of it. Okay? It's an old saying. Yeah, it's hard to translate literally, but I think you get what I'm trying to say here. He's... Yeah, Blacko, you can protest that at the World Proverb Convention. Yeah, you click the bottom of the glass, that's neat. I'm not a native German speaker, so I'm always looking to learn more. Yeah, not always. Now you learned the most important part about the German language. Thank you for that, Danielle, and the 100 bits. Hot German Kappa. So, let's go back to the game. Hello, Insidious Koala. You turned up at the right moment. While you see me still in shame and blushing.
How many men in your army? 20,000? 30?
How are you doing today, Koala?
You know why? Because she trusts you.
She trusts me, yes.
Yes, there's a game.
So tell me why you're looking for her. Doubt it's about making up for all those lost years.
For reasons of state, as always. Enough of this banter. You will agree regardless. If for no other reason than because I shall pay you. More than you customarily receive for a contract. Considerably more.
I really want this painting of Siri in my room. It's so pouty. So teach me German now while I'm here at work and we'll turn up the volume. That will make points here at my job. Frosty, I don't know what to say. We learned a lot of German already. Well, I mean, I'm only doing this for Siri. Make no mistake about it, Emir, we're not working together on this.
Save your generosity for those whose homes your armies have razed. I'll do it for Siri, not for your gold.
Your motives do not interest me. Only results. Yennefer will tell you the rest. This audience is finished. Mererid! Take him to the sorceress.
Finally! We get to visit Yennefer. Well, for Charles Dance, I would do pretty much anything.
Did the gentleman not understand? Did I not emphasize adequately that one must bow to the Emperor?
Relax. Nothing happened.
To the gentleman. But I shall be punished.
How?
Please keep close and bother no one. We've had enough breaches of etiquette for one day.
But in the meantime, we got some additional entries here. I did not bow. Sarah. I won't bow to Emir. As I learned very closely before that, don't bow to horse, and so I don't bow to Emir. I do it for the Chamberlain. Yeah, kind of, but I guess, like, I figure that Geralt in that situation... So he doesn't know that the Chamberlain gets punished for that beforehand. I know that, but he can't know that. And Geralt is not really the type for the etiquette thing, I think. Well, it's fine. Night Owlies. You can recycle it all you want. So let's learn a little bit about Emir via Emrys. Few names in the continent's history arouse as much terror and respect that of Emir via Emrys. Daithven Aden in Karn ap Morvut, the white flame dancing on the graves of his foes. Emperor of Nilfgaard, Lord of Metana, Ebbing and Gemara, Sovereign of Nazair and Vicovaro, he was ruler of half the civilized world and aspiring conqueror of the other half. He was a personage whose deeds and decisions shaped the fates of whole kingdoms and population. What then could he possibly want of a simple witcher? The Emperor clearly, succinctly laid out what he wanted. His daughter and Geralt's ward, Cyrilla, was the great danger for the Wild Hunt was on her trail. Geralt, a superb tracker linked to Emir's daughter by the iron bonds of destiny, stood a better chance of finding her than anyone else in the world. Also, we got to know Movran Voorhees. Movran Voorhees, commander of the Alba division, an officer of the highest rank, and a pure-blooded aristocrat, one who with pride could call himself an Nilfgaardian, a designation reserved only for native-born inhabitants of the Empire's capital and its immediate surroundings. At the time of their first meeting, Geralt had no idea what an important person had been assigned to the task of asking him a few routine questions. Knowing the Witcher, however, knowledge of Movran's rank and status would not have made much a difference. So that is completely true. Did that... Didn't it say that it got updated? Yeah, oh yeah. It's kind of hard to tell what the additional part is. Ciri's biography contained one more great secret. Her natural father was none other than the Emperor of Nilfgaard, Emir var Emrys. His words confirmed the fears swirling in Geralt's mind. Ciri had returned and was in mortal danger, for the unrelenting Wild Hunt was on her trail. So I think we caught up with that.
Whoa! What? Do you know
Wow.
who you're talking to, soldier? I'm Herivard II, Prince of Elandar. Not only am I made to wait here like some supplicant.
Hello. Can we talk?
Mind if I interrupt?
Why not join in instead?
We're discussing neutrality. How difficult it is to preserve.
Oh, it sure is. Well, I know a bit about that.
Know a thing or two about that.
Care to explain?
Never changes. I try to stay out of things, stand aside. Then comes an urgent summons, and an offer I can't refuse.
True.
Enough about that. Mind if we change the subject?
Drat, I have to go to work now. I hope you continue to have a very wholesome stream and good day night to you all. Thank you very much, Night Owlies. Have a good time at work, and thank you for stopping by.
So, talk to the Emperor.
Why did he summon you?
So not even you know.
No. But I wager it's an ordinary witcher's contract.
Mm-hmm. Some werebubs. See ya.
Soon, mind you.
Not request.
I'll check this out a little bit more. So as you might remember from the first Witcher, this is the throne room. This is where we met King Foltest. And we can loot some stuff. Goat hide. Hardened timber. We now got very hardwood to carry around. Deer hide. Oh dear. An apple a day saves the Witcher the way? I don't know. That is a weird proverb. Cannot compete with German proverbs.
Got him!
This is the garden where we woke up after we fought. I think after we fought the leader of the Flaming Rose, whose name I forgot. now.
Once the gentleman is
Pretty
done, he should
embarrassing.
see me to retrieve his possessions. Once the gentleman is
Okay,
done,
fine,
he should
fine.
see me to retrieve his possessions.
That hasn't happened yet. Yes? Then transcribe. The true authority in Novigrad.
Those
is
two
not
have a
the
pretty
city
interesting
council or
conversation, by the
merchants'
way.
guild, but the Church of the Eternal Fire and the criminal underworld. At times it is difficult to tell the one from the other. They both display a similar ruthlessness and cynicism that...
That's pretty good, Koala. An apple a day
You know
keeps
what?
the
I'll
Witcher
write the
at
report
bay.
myself. You'll need only prepare a clean draft. In triplicate.
So now we have even more books. What shall become of Temeria? Temeria, a land where milk and honey once flowed. In what did she wrong the gods that they should treat her so cruelly? The Pearl of the North, to some, she proved a galloping rage for Nilfgaardian cavalry to others. And the country it had survived 2 previous wars against the Empire. It was here that the war's bloodiest battle were fought. It was in Temeria where their most bestial deeds were wrought. It was Temerian civilians who bore the full brunt of these war's horrors. And bear them we did, bravely and steadfastly, until the demise of our great protector, King Foltest. Then Providence turned its fickle face from Temeria, murdered most treacherously. Foltest failed to leave Temeria a worthy successor. And so all manner of curse soon fell upon her, tearing her apart like so much carrion. She had no more allies then. None remembered that we had once been the armor protecting the north from the designs of the mad dancer, he who had gravestones of his foes pounded into a ballroom floor. A free and independent Temeria is no more. A dark-faced sun looms over her every rampart. Yet we Temerians live on, and always will, as long as folk believe the usurper who took our beloved capital, Vizima, to treat as his property will forever peer over his shoulder in fear. From the shadows lurks not one dagger, but the power of a nation of daggers, waiting to deal justice blow. You've forgotten about those, Athelas. How can that happen? How can you forget the Church of the Eternal Fire? So now we have learned more about the royal lineage of the North. Cyrilla Fiona Ellen Rhiannon, born in 1251, heiress to the throne of Sintra, Princess of Bruges and Duchess of Sudden, heiress to Ines Art Skellig and Ines Ann Skellig, and suzerain of Atre and Ab Yara, daughter of Pavetta, see Pavetta Fiona Ellen, and the urchin of Owenwald, see Emirva Emrys, granddaughter of the famous Lioness of Sintra, Queen Calanthe, see Calanthe Fiona Rhiannon. A shipwreck occurred during a journey from Sintra to Skellige, which took the lives of the urchin and Pavetta. Cyrilla's further upbringing was then entrusted to her grandmother. In 1260, afraid of the looming Nilfgaardian threat, Queen Calanthe sent Cyrilla to the court of King Ervil, see Ervil of Verden, where the heiress of Sintra was to marry the heir to the throne of Verden, Prince Kistrin, see Kistrin of Verden. Though allying with Verden and gaining the aid of that realm's army was at the time Calanthe's top priority, no marriage ever occurred and Cyrilla returned to her grandmother's court. In 1262, during the so-called Sintra massacre, Cyrilla went missing. ... So that's a little bit about the history of Ciri, her early history. Quicksilver solution, more stuff. We will talk to Varatre in a minute. Not now, because now we have to read another book. A portrayal of elder races. What is a non-human? The answer is simple. As the very name suggests, it is something which resembles and yet nevertheless is not a human. Though it walks on two legs, speaks a tongue similar to our own, and dresses in similar attire, it all the same has more in common with base beast than noble man. Dwarves are like moles. They feel best underground and avoid direct sunlight. They like to live in filth, forever smudging themselves in mud and slime. They love everything that can be found within the earth, rocks, metal, minerals of all shape and color. It is also said that, like their kindred moles, they feed most readily on worms, roaches, and other night crawlers. Halflings, for their part, are more reminiscent of gophers. Fat, lazy, and loud in the typical rodent way, their minds are filled only with thoughts of food and drink, which they steal from other nobler beasts and greedily squirrel away in their hovels. They are marked by a cruel craftiness. You could be dying of hunger and they would not share a meal with you. You could not be howling from poverty and they could be swimming in gold, and yet they would still fleece you to the last crown. You could do nothing but good to them, and they would still stab a knife in your back. Elves. Elves, in turn, seem related to the birds of prey that dwell in far off Zerrikania. They care most for colored feathers. They would most readily spend all day staring at the reflections of the water and singing their own praises. They are so awash in self-love that they no longer feel any desire toward members of the opposite sex of their own species. Their appearance, unquestionably pleasant to the eye, is highly misleading, for they are extraordinarily cruel, and any who judge them by looks alone they first dupe and then kill in cold blood. The best proof of this, the so-called Scoia'tael, bandits that claim fight for freedom but in truth only long to kill humans. All these vile so-called elder races are, to our great fortune, slowly dying out. Joy fills the heart of every right-thinking man at the thought that his great-grandchildren will never know them, that in their day dwarves, halflings, and elves will be mere fairy-tale characters used to scare young, impressionable children. Yes, that is very, very racist. Koala. Oh well, loads of pipes. Here and there, a relaxing smoke for Geralt. On a nice hilltop. Not too bad, right? So this seems to be the racist encyclopedia. Let's close that book and talk to Yennefer.
Geralt, that tunic. You look positively smashing.
Dying to take it off.
I'd consider that a proposition under different circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
One I might even take you up on. But we've matters to attend to. Now do you understand why I'm at Emir's court?
Uh-huh. And seems we're in the same boat now. Ciri, she's really back? No chance he's mistaken?
Look, that's more or less what she looks like now. Or so our agents claim. Our little witch has grown into a young lady.
Certainly did.
How about that? She's grown up?
It's been years since you trained together at Kaer Morhen. A great deal has changed.
You haven't? Not a bit?
I missed those awkward compliments of yours. But let's focus on Ciri, all right?
Right. Emir said the Wild Hunt's after her. I'd find that hard to believe before what happened yesterday. How did they track us down?
Because of me. You see, I've spent months searching for Ciri, using locating spells, haruspicy, geomancy, anything, really. I knew the Wild Hunt might sense it, perhaps even find me, but...
Yeah, I agree,
I
Sarah.
thought I'd tricked them.
Well,
and I think you can really feel that they have, like, very
I've sensed them on my trail, hunting me for
apparently
some time.
feelings
If not for you
towards
and
her
Demir's
when they
soldiers,
look on
they'd
the
have gotten what they were after.
picture of her.
I can't risk
See that
another
she
encounter
grew
like
up.
that. It's time to put away the magic, turn to more traditional methods. To the best tracker I know. You must find her, Geralt, before the Wild Hunt does.
What does the Wild Hunt want from Ciri?
The Wild Hunt? What could it want from Ciri?
I've no clue, Geralt. Might have written them to ask, but I don't have their address.
Oh,
I
don't
know
give
as
me the
much as you
snark.
do. It must be about her blood. Her gift. As for what the Hunt wishes to do with that gift, I'd prefer not to think about it, really.
So where's Ciri been seen?
So where's Ciri been seen, exactly?
In two places. Velen and Novigrad. The trail in Velen is most promising. You should make that your first stop. Ask for a merchant named Hendrik at the inn at the crossroads. One of the Emperor's agents. He should get in touch with you.
That's it? No passwords? Secret handshakes?
None. Sorry to spoil your fun. Your boyhood fantasies about the crafts of the trade. All we have in Novigrad are unconformed reports, rumors. But there you will have the help of our mutual acquaintance. Triss Merigold. Apparently she's got a cozy flat on the main square.
Sure she'll be delighted to see me. What about you? What will you do?
I shall sail for Skellige. There was a magic explosion there recently, blew half a forest down. I believe this had something to do with Ciri. I'll be in Caer Trold. Join me there once you've learned something.
Alright. So before we part, why didn't you contact me earlier?
One thing before we
Welcome
go.
back, Asha.
Why didn't you contact me? Didn't need me? Didn't even want to see me?
I didn't want to spoil things.
No
I'd
problem.
heard you and Triss made a great couple.
Doing laundry sounds not like fun.
I'd lost my memory.
Really? That's your excuse?
I mean, I get
Let's
that it's
drop it, all right?
a bit shady.
It's not what you think, or it helped me understand how much I love you. I don't wish to hear
No,
it.
Koala, that
Any of
was... Okay. And no, they did not blind Triss in The Witcher 2. It was... how can I forget the name? Don't tell me. It was... Why do I forget one of the most prominent names here? Give me 1 second. I'll remember the name. No, not Triss Merigold. Triss Merigold was not blinded. It was... No, they did not blind Sheila. Sheila was the one on the megascope and that escaped. It was... Philippa! Exactly, Sarah. Thank you. Ah, Jesus. I hate when that happens, when you know the character you have in front of you, but you can't remember the name. And for some reason, I always had problems with the name of Philippa. I don't know why. I always mix her up with Sabrina Glavisic. Yeah, that was a giant brain fart. But of course, Philippa most known on the second Witcher for her little love-making session with Cynthia, the lesbomancy with Sabrina, and of course losing her eyes. Sorry, my pink lip gloss is empty. Just empty today. Well, I guess time to get going.
Guess this means we need to split up again. I have no preference, but I understand. Clock's ticking.
It is indeed. So why don't I teleport you to Vel and get you there at once?
I hate teleports.
Not gonna happen. I'll go on horseback as soon as I can get changed.
Have it your way? Oh, and you really look quite dashing in black velvet.
Oh, thank you.
Think so? Maybe I can have some of my armor lined with it. Good luck, Yen.
Same to you.
But I didn't have any
and if
chance
you wish
to
learn
buy
what
some
happened in the
more
world while
pink
you
lip
and
gloss.
Vesemir roamed the wilderness, talk to
I
Ambassador
had to
Vardra.
stream,
That's
otherwise I
him over
would
there.
have gone.
And Geralt,
and got some.
I know it's wartime, but try not to be a hero, all right? Just check those leads and come back to me in one piece. I shall be waiting.
I think there's actually a point to be made that Philippa might actually be a lesbian. So and only uses her male partners for like political advantages. But yeah, it is a fun fact. Sarah, shout out again goes to Fantastic Worlds. Amazing part of the community, YouTuber for quite some time now, and now started streaming as well, so go check him out. Now let's read another book because it's been a while since we read some books. She Who Knows. Folks say they were four at first. The mother, She Who Knows, the Lady of the Wood, came here from a faraway land, and since she suffered terribly from loneliness, she made 3 daughters out of dirt and water. A long, long time ago, the mother was sole ruler of all of Velen. Her daughters brought her to people's requests and served as her voice. Each spring, sacrifices of grain, animals, and men were made to the Lady of the Wood on a special night. Yet, as the years passed, the Lady of the Wood slipped deeper and deeper into madness. Her madness eventually spread over the land. Men took to abandoning their homes and setting out into the bog, where they become food for beasts. Before long, Velen was drowning in blood. The daughters saw the land nearing destruction and took it upon themselves to save it. When spring came once more, and with it the night of sacrifices, they killed their mother and buried her in the bog. Her blood watered the oak atop Art-Serban, and from then on the tree grew wholesome and hearty fruit for the people. As for the lady's immortal soul, it refused to leave its beloved land, so the sisters imprisoned it. To this day it lies trapped beneath the whispering hillock, where it thrashes about in powerful rage. Will we find out about that more? Who knows? Hello, I see you're reading She Who Knows. Have you already been at the Whispering Hillock? No, we're just in Vizimir. Yes, exactly. No name namer, but I played the game before, so I know about that. All right, Danielle, bye. Have a good day. It is an interesting book if you know what happens later. Just put it that way. You already read that. Don't have to read that again. We have a book about the Wild Hunt we haven't read. From farmers and herdsmen, milkmaids to midwives, all the common folk of the continent whisper, sharing tales of the wraithly procession pounding across the sky. The Wild Hunt, they call it. Winds and gales, storms and blizzards arise when it is sighted, and all grows cold, though the sun shone bright moments before. Some remember only the cold from the shock of the encounter and claim the riders come always in winter, but nay, this is not so. The hunt brings its own ice. Death and war gallop in its wake, or so the superstition goes. Yet evil enough is the hunt itself. It takes folk captive, youth most often, in the prime of their wilding years. with 10 to 20 summers behind them. The hunt rushes in and they disappear, only to return long years later with no memory of what passed in time between. So, that's that. We read that. We don't have to read the rusty hand knife, which is nice. We can have a look at Ciri. That is how she is supposed to look by now. That's true. Sir Austin, good point.
Scars healed nicely.
That's true. It would have been nice that it would at least have given you another option during an encounter later in the game, without being too specific. A letter to Yennefer. Yennefer, my dear friend, thank you for your letter. Forgive me for not answering your earlier attempt to reach me via Megascope. I'm trying to limit my magic communication to the absolute minimum. One never knows who's listening, don't you agree? I'm delighted you have found a position at our gracious Emperor's court and wish you the best of luck in the search for his daughter. It is good to know that Emir's intentions for her have become more, how shall I put it, mundane. Perhaps in these circumstances an agreement regarding the lodge will prove possible after all. In response to your first question, I can state beyond all doubt that Ciri has not appeared anywhere south of the Yaruga. Believe me, I could recognize her magic signature in my sleep. I have not had any contact with Triss for a long time. I only know that things in Novigrad have taken an ill turn. She mentioned something earlier about fleeing to Kavir, but I'm afraid that in the current political climate, that amounts to an impossible daydream. I hope I will soon be able to join in Vizima. First, however, I must take care of some unfortunate yet urgent matters in Beauclair. With my fondest regards, Fringilla Vigo. P.S. Thank you for the news about Geralt. He always seems to land on his feet, doesn't he? Oh yeah, Fringilla. Oh, you meant when Kira mentioned... Yeah, that's a good... Also another chance to mention the book. Is there another... There's a different one? No. Also, welcome to the stream, No Name Namer. Hope you're having a good time. The Last Wish. That is a long one. Kind of have to read that, right? The Last Wish. Human life requires three things for its sustenance: food, drink, and gossip. It is thus no wonder that no matter where I travel, be it ice-bound Povis or evergreen Toussaint, everyone asks me about the passion that binds Geralt and the sorceress Yennefer of Vengerberg. As a man both cautious and discreet, I refuse to betray their secrets, with one important exception. The history of their first encounter is so extraordinary, so romantic and moving, that it would be a veritable crime to hide its light beneath a bushel basket. Indeed, had I not witnessed these events in person, I would never believe there was room in our grim and dark world for such a fantastic marvels. It all began when Geralt and I were fleeing a bit peckish and, unburdened by heavy coin pouches, decided to fish our supper out of a lake. No bites were to be had, but we did not leave empty-handed. My hook snagged quite a lovely little pot. Obviously oblivious to my friend's warning, I opened it, and in doing so freed a powerful djinn. Without giving it much thought, I set about proclaiming my wishes. Before I could get to 3, however, the djinn, irritated, I see now in hindsight at being issued demands so soon after waking, began to throttle me. Geralt was able to drive him off, but I was left in a sorry state. I acted, the Witcher told me later, as though under the influence of some curse. Clearly the help of an expert in the magic arcana would be needed. It was our good fortune that Yennefer of Vengerberg happened to be staying in the nearby village. Geralt went to ask that she heal his best friend, who happened also to be the brightest star in the North's poetic firmament. Yennefer, however, was more interested in the djinn, which she wanted to trap into magic servitude, than in its victim, and, it should be said, played the Witcher like a well-strung mandolin. Yet rather than grow angry at being used in such a calculating manner, he fell white head over muddy boots in love with her. Thank you for the follow, No Name Namer. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. I hope you're having a good time. Hello, salty old man. That's great to hear that you're having a good time. I play the game like I want. And I'm having fun, and I hope you do, you guys have as well. Akko, thank you so much for reading all of these. I'm doing something else while watching you, and this is great for me. Awesome. I just hope that it isn't too boring for you, but I kind of like reading those, although it's kind of taxing. But I like going through them as we find them, and it also gives us lots of interesting backstory and foreshadowing for some events, as we learned earlier. Where did I stop? What happened then? Well, I won't go into details. Suffice to say that Yennefer's plans hardly delighted the djinn, and without its cooperation, she proved unable to tame it. The sorceress would surely have met a tragic end, and taken all of Rinde along with her, had Geralt not rushed to her rescue. For once, he did not need to draw either of his blades to send the djinn packing. He had but to pronounce this third and final wish. He could have asked for anything: wealth, fame, power. But instead he asked the djinn to bind his fate to that of the arrogant yet intriguing sorceress from Vengerberg. Julian Alfred Pancras, Viscount of Lettenhove, born 2032, award-winning poet, playwright, and troubadour. Frequent performer at the courts of Niedermere, Vizimir, Venslav, and many other nobles and notables. Alumnus of Oxford Academy. That is our beautiful dandelion. Now I need to take a sip. So this is more or less a summary of one of the short stories of the books. And of course the short story where Geralt met Yennefer. That is not a white wine.
My dream come the morning.
Let's listen to the music first.
Very star, lilac sweet. To dream of raven locks and twisted stormy of violet eyes, listening as you weep.
Thank you very much for the gifted sub, Physics. You gifted a sub to No Name Namer. And welcome to the Acolytes, No Name Namer. Now you can spam some panda emotes for No Name Namer, and No Name Namer can join in with his or her own pandas. Also, if you want to join the Discord server, there are also subscriber-only channels just for you, subscriber-only giveaways. So you might want to enter those as well if you like. But I was talking about something. He's drinking whiskey in a bottle. No, I'm not sure what the name in English is, but it's basically apple juice with sparkling water. Not sure what it's called. It's Apfelschorle in German. So no alcohol during my streams. Panda Party! Exactly. And odd creepy hands. We read those, so I think I'm done here. This is what we use on stage for whiskey. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Nothing else. More German. Well, did you hear me speak Italian earlier, Asha. So it is a very international stream. I always get dragged into speaking languages I don't know and I don't understand, like Portuguese or Italian. And then probably offend millions of people by doing so. Apple Spritz, I think it's the name. Okay.
Ambassador Varatra?
Let's talk to the
Yennefer
ambassador.
Suggested I ask you about current events, the war and so on.
Of course. The Emperor's servants should keep no secrets from each other. If you will, let us approach the map.
Let us approach the map. So give me a general overview of how the war is going. So as we know, the Emperor of Nilfgaard and Nilfgaard as a nation invaded the northern kingdoms. And how is that going?
How's the war going? I mean, apart from the fact that Nilfgaard's triumph is imminent.
I assume this to be a private conversation. We've no witnesses, so let's dispense with the propaganda, even that shrouded in irony. Our offensive was going splendidly until winter came. Edirn was in such disarray that we encountered no resistance. We had reached the Pontar before the first snows. Only a weakened Kedwin remained, and Radovid's Redania, which had ignored the rest of the North's pleas for help. We thought they'd sue for peace, perhaps even submit to vassalization. We waited for spring, certain of victory.
Radovid? Submit?
Yes, a vain hope, I agree. Radovid sent no peace envoys, nor did he advance on our positions. Instead, he trudged over the snow-bound Kestrel Mountains and attacked Kedwin, his ally. This attack took the Kedweni by surprise. They were still mourning the loss of their king. Rudderless and dejected, they laid down their arms after a few lost skirmishes and joined Radovid. And so by spring, instead of two weak enemies, we had only one powerful one.
So we now... That is pretty interesting because as we go on through the game, we hear lots of different views on the war and how it's going and how they think it will go. And now we hear that the war is actually not going so great for Nilfgaard at the moment.
That admiration I hear in your voice?
Radovid is our foe, but I cannot deny he is clever. He played us for fools, particularly dense ones at that. Returning to the war, this spring there was a massive battle in the marshes of Velen. Massive, yet indecisive. Both sides suffered enormous losses, unprecedented even. Radovid has retreated across the Pontar. He's safe for now, until reinforcements arrive from the south. Then Emperor Emir Var Emrys will deal with him once and for all.
Couldn't you just go home? Save everyone a lot of marching, not to mention a few human lives.
I'm afraid the stakes are too high to fold now. We can only go all in.
So we learned that they expected it to go differently. Radovid kind of outsmarted them by occupying the other northern realms and is now very powerful in his own right. But they can't really retreat because it's kind of too late for that. They went all in, and a retreat would be a major loss and a major shame to Emir Var Emrys, so they kind of have to go forward, but they can't because Radovid is too powerful at the moment. So, what is the situation in Velen, the region we will enter next?
How do things look in Velen?
As bad as ever.
Yeah, then he could take Temeria and
Edirn flowed with milk and
back
honey,
as well and would be
now it
more
flows
powerful.
With blood. Armies have swept through it several times, trampling fields,
2 out of 3
looting
ain't bad.
granaries, burning villages. Famine grips the populace.
So how's ruling that earthly paradise going for you?
Not well, to be honest. Our forces are spread thin as it is, and Velen is chiefly swampy forests that are difficult to control. We've had several patrols never return to their camps. Thus, we've temporarily delegated authority in this region to a certain Nordling, a former low-ranking officer in the Temerian army, one Philip Strenger, better known by his nom de guerre, the Bloody Baron. I advise you well.
Bloody Baron.
Avoid him.
We won't avoid him. Spoiler. We will meet the Bloody Baron. He will be a big part of the story in Velen. So what's new in Novigrad? The free city of Novigrad.
Any news from Novigrad? Is the free city still free?
Yes, although everyone knows this won't last. Radovid is in Oxenfurt, and the Emperor is here in Vizima, at Novigrad's doorstep, both. And both require coin and ships. Novigrad can provide these. Which is why the mood in the city is rather, well, on edge.
Meaning?
How do men deal with fear? They seek reassurance and scapegoats. The Church of the Eternal Fire understands this perfectly, and so it promises to improve the lives of its flock by pointing out the guilty. Who started the war? Who profits from it? Why, it's obvious. Mages, elves, dwarves, in a word, any and all deviants. I've been stationed in Novigrad for 13 years. First as a consul, then as ambassador. I've seen a great deal. Cruelty, cynicism, greed. But what is happening there now concerns me greatly.
Interesting. So, the situation in Novigrad is bad. And as it is in reality, if people feel endangered, if they are in a bad place, they seek some form of guidance, and that opens the door for extremists. And that is what's happening there. So lots of resentment against non-humans and mages and all the like. And what about Skellige Islands?
What's new in Skellige?
Alright, Heimdall, thank you for stopping by.
They pride themselves on that, don't they?
Hope you have a good
Doing
day.
everything according to tradition, as their forefathers did. And like their forefathers, they quarrel with each other, pillage, occasionally attack our transports. This is cumbersome, but nothing more.
Exactly, no name
Skellige
namer.
has always been a footnote
We
to history.
learned about that earlier. That
Sound awfully confident.
basically the
What if King Bran manages to unite the Jarls?
opposing forces
Lead all
in
the
his
clans
own
against your fleet.
nation
King Bran
are
is
just
a feeble old
waiting
man.
for another failure of
From
his
what I know, he barely
to
remembers the names of his own
get rid of
vassals.
him
Uniting all
as
might prove
an
difficult.
emperor. Okay, thanks for the help and for
Thanks
the
for your
additional
help.
information.
Think nothing of it. May the great sun light your path.
So that was very interesting. We learned a lot from him. And also moved in another room, apparently. So that brought us up to speed on the current political situation in the north. We read that. We did not read that. Pearls of the North, Novigrad, which is, as far as I know, more or less a tourist guide. No one can claim to have traveled the Northern Realms who has not been to Novigrad. If I were forced to list what during my many meanderings has made the greatest impression on me, it would be precisely this great and yet at the same time free city. A metropolis worthy of the Empire. Its only flaw is that the civilization Nilfgaard carries within her has not yet enlightened it. That is why hordes of reactionary cultists of the Eternal Fire dwell in the midst of its excellent buildings and superb commercial infrastructure. One feels as though superstition is how the local hierarch and his temple guard cement their power over the city dwellers, and and many they are to control, for the city counts no less than 30,000 of inhabitants, which is for a medieval city very, very much. While strolling through its fabulous port, surrounded by marvels of architecture, it is hard to imagine that centuries ago Novigrad was a mere minor elven townstead. When the city fell into the hands of the Nordlings, its problems grew exponentially, for as is well known, the people of the north can do a great many things, but peaceful and orderly cohabitation is not one of them. And so Novigrad first belonged to Redania and then fell under Temerian rule, until finally, after endless compromises and bargains, it at last became a free city. But is the city truly free? I dare doubt it. Redanian influence makes itself felt too strongly on every street corner. Thank you for the host, Luckless. You're not streaming today? Weren't you planning to stream? Thank you for the stream. Welcome and hello.
You flee, my dream come the morning.
And we have some music.
Your scent, very star, lilac sweet. To dream of raven locks and twisted storm.
Welcome, Alias. Thank you very much, Insidious Koala, for gifting a sub to Sarah Austin. That is very generous of you. And welcome to the Acolyte, Sarah. Spam some pandas for her and greet her. And again, welcome, Alias. Yes. Where was I? Oh yeah, Redanian influence makes itself felt too strongly on every street corner, and the fact that the city is located within Radovit's territory speaks for itself. While wandering the city street, I came across 4 watermills, 8 banks, and nearly 19 pawnshops. There are also a great many houses of simple pleasures, Jesus, such as taverns and brothels, and Novigrad's commitment to matters of faith is borne witness to by the fact that the city contains no less than, I kid you not, 19 temples of the Eternal Fire. What more can I say? I think Novigrad has all the makings of the capital of the world, and perhaps that is what it will one day become. First, however, someone needs to bring order to within the walls. Subgift hype, yes, lots of pandas. So we learned a little bit about Novigrad, and we will spend plenty of time in Novigrad, though it not very soon. It will take some time until we get there.
How might I serve the gentleman?
By returning my things.
Citrus and cloves.
Not sure if Sarah Austin told you yet, but she told me never to listen to her. I'm pretty sure it was a little bit different on Twitter, but I trust you, Luckless. You would never lie to me, right?
Safe and sound, as soon as possible.
Yeah, mentioned something of the sort. So long.
So now we do have our inventory back. So let's equip it before I forget about it, which would never happen, of course, because I'm very good at what I do. I'm a professional gamer after all. Let's put on this, and how can gloves be worse than no gloves? That didn't make sense. Okay. Oh, I can select the bombs. Devil's Puffballs, Seaman Bombs. So let's put the Seaman Bomb down there. Might use that. And I think then for the most part I have equipped everything I need. Well, I mean, upgrading the Witcher armor is like, yes, it's good, but I mean, it's also the standard way to go. And since I'm kind of a rogue at heart, I do like to do things differently. But now we finished the quest, which is the most important thing. But also there is a quest we have to do. I like to live dangerously. True.
Kids.
Let's talk to him. Gwent, play me. Yes. All in.
Wouldn't mind a few rounds of cards.
I think I didn't even adjust my deck, but I can throw in all these guys and take out the losers, like him and him and him and him. Okay. I think that's about it. Can't really do anything else for now. Let's play Gwent. Okay. That's pretty good. We have our spy, also nice. Siegfried. Kick him out. Only one. Okay. No, me neither. No name namer. Not a big fan of the weather cards. I mean, especially now at the beginning, though, it's like not much options. Yes, Gwent. Finally, physics, right? That is what you were waiting for. I think I'll... I mean, let's throw out one more card just to check what he does. Okay. Okay. He's playing it like that. That wasn't too bad. There's the Discord link. If you want to join the Discord server, feel free to do so. There's a mod that replaces all combat with Gwent. Well, that's not too bad. I think I will pass because he has to play one more round in order to win the round. Or give me the round. So. Actually, I kind of was. Don't be a pun in the butt about it, okay? Well, there you go. It already starts. So, yeah, this guy is pretty tough in the beginning without any additional cards. Kind of have to be lucky to beat him, since you don't really have much options otherwise. So we'll play this one now and hope that he will pass soon. Does not seem that way. Yes, I am luckless. Highest difficulty, maximum risk. That is how I live. Oh, that is how he wants to play this. I'm kind of fucked you. Oh right, there's a separate difficulty level for Gwent. I haven't changed that. I don't know what the level is right now, to be completely honest. You have to check that. I mean, it can't hurt to greet each other more than once, Lucy. There he is, with Letho. Okay, okay. I think he will win that, just saying. I have a feeling he will win that. Basically my last chance here. Let's play this. Okay. Okay, I lost. Damn it! I think I will return later when I have some better cards. Way too strong for now. Yeah, but that would have... Oh, maybe he would pass. Yeah, maybe.
Civilization ends at this camp's boundary.
I think we will return to him later. I know I can beat him. I actually beat him when I played the game for the first time. I beat him in the first try. So let's do it another time. You convinced me. Let's do another.
Wouldn't mind a few rounds of cards.
And kids.
So I think I can kick out the torrential rain though for this one, since don't really uses that. I don't need any of those, so let's start the game. I don't even know what is my leader ability again. How can I watch my leader ability again? Is it the clear weather one? Because then I can just kick out the clear weather card. I'm actually not sure. Do I have the spy and I have the medic? That's a good combination. I think for now I will... kick that out. And hope that I remembered correctly. Let me have a look. How can I... What is it? Pick an impenetrable fog card from... Okay. My memory was incorrect. Okay. Oh, he passed. Interesting. Passed. How will I play that? I think I will pass too. I'll give him this round. You will bring my spy back. Passed. That is what I thought, so let's put in this. Okay. Let's play this first. Look at my cards, you cheater. Let's play the spy. Play Sheila. Siegfried. That was what I was waiting for, so now I can play this. Everything is under control, Sir Austin. No problem here. Let's play our... Although, no, there we go. Alright, Luckless, thank you for stopping by and thank you for the host again. And we won the game with perfect strategy. There it is, the victory. We got the crowns, got Foltest. That was easy. So now let's first of all save before we head off. And then I will take a very small break, but we'll be right back, and then we will go into the wonderful land of disease and hunger. Velen, it is called.